Hi WV, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hi Puffer UK, how you doing? How's it all going? Oh, Pipe Puffer UK 3 times. Hi Simon, hi Simon, hi Simon. It's come up 3 times on my screen, don't know why. But good evening, how are you? Well, I've got the camera on the FaceTime camera facing me so I can see what I'm doing here. I've rigged up a new light so it's nice and bright. So it gives a good vantage point to actually see. Yeah, so this is. How do you know that this is a lump of coal? Oh right, I said it in the call. You're quick. You watched the VR already. That's why I've come on. Really, I wasn't intending to do a live tonight, but I really wanted to ask your opinion. Basically, what I'm doing here is a really wide bowl. It was going to be a lump of coal, like a short, squat lump of coal type thing. So it's really quite short, really wide. But it's, as I'm sanding it down, it's got great grain. It's got fantastic grain. I don't know how much you can see, but nice straight grain going up there. Beautiful bird's eye along there and there. It's perfectly positioned. Beautiful bird's eye on there and nice grain on the side there as well. Now on this side, the grain is not quite as nice, and that might just be a bit of flame or just a little bit of all over the place kind of grain. And I'm really just trying to decide whether to do a lump of coal or not. So the lump of coal, I would have in any event left this polished. This would have been stained. So what I was going to do is just the and the bowl would have been rusticated and the top would have been smooth. So my question really was whether to lump a coal it or go smooth. All suitable for a smooth. So far it is. The only thing it's got there is a tiny sand pit there. Over there, you can see that there. So that's really my question, is whether to rusticate or leave it smooth. What do you guys think? Make it a lump of coal. Hi Alex, how you doing? This will be a very, very good Latakia smoker, and lump of coal, sort of the whole sort of black, dark kind of aspect of it really lends itself to Latakia in my eyes. And that's what I smoke in my lump of coal. It just seems to be right for it. I've made this, I think this is probably one of the widest bowls I've ever done. I think it's about 24 mil. Where is my doodah? 25.7 mil. That's very, very wide. That should be fantastic for Latakias, for Orientals, anything which has got a bit of a complex flavour to it. Wide bowl will give it the best shot of giving you the most fantastic multi-leveled, multi-layered, nuanced kind of smoke. You've got lagging. Let me just check my wire, please. It's a completely nonsensical pipe. Despite the fact that I like the idea of it, but it's just not a logical pipe. You know, you can't see what you're lighting. The bowl is canted so far forward. It's as bad as a horn, to be honest. I don't really see the point of a horn pipe, despite the fact that I've just made one. I just don't get it. I just don't see the point of it. It's completely stylistic and extremely impractical. In reality, when you're smoking a Devil Ants, what you're having is the bowl is going to be on an angle. I've mentioned this a few times recently. So you're going to end up scorching that back edge of your rim because you're always counted forward. Obviously the smoke rises straight up, and that's always going to be an issue. But yeah, this I will do one at some point. You know, you got to try them all really. Thankfully the drilling on this is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you can catch that there, but it's really spot on. This would be, as I say, a great flavourful smoking pipe, this one. Alright, so how many people have we got on at the moment? 5? 9 people on. So I'm looking for votes. The grain on this is really good. There's to be the lumper coal, it's going to be fully rusticated. Besides, the full lumper coal is everything rusticated, sea rock style. But I think this one's got some gorgeous grain on the rim. So what I was going to do is leave the rim polished and the rest all rusticated. But sanding this down, it's got fantastic grain, and I'm just kind of loath to rusticate it. I've given it a bit of a shaping here, so it's slimmer over there and wider there, and I've done the opposite on the stem, if I can find it. So you can see that kind of goes wider there and then comes back down here a little bit. Not much, just gives it a little bit of a profile. So that's my question, people. Go smooth or go rusticated? If the grain is nice, why waste it? That's why I'm thinking, that's really why I'm on today, is whether to... I've done so many smooth pipes recently. I just kind of was going... My aim was, I looked for a block which on the surface didn't look fantastic, but look, it just gives you, you know, you never know what you're going to find inside the block, and it's really showing some nice grain. I think I'm really going to have to reserve the decision for once I've sanded this down, sanded the whole bowl, and sanded it to quite a fine grit, and see from there really. Yeah, Alex, 100%. But it's not really all about the money. It's contrast stain. Yeah, yeah. No, I would definitely do a contrast stain. The grain absolutely demands it. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to sand it and see what's in there. Anyway, whilst I'm on, I'll stay on for a few minutes. How's everybody doing? What's everybody been up to today? Smoking anything interesting? I'm sure you can guess what I've been smoking today. I've actually just come back off an engagement party that I was working at, and I smoked a bowl of OGS on the way back. I smoked some of the new Peterson Navy rolls, which was quite nice. It was a bit too fresh though, but it was okay. It was nice enough. It needs a bit more time. But on the way back tonight I smoked some OGS, of course, and it was really, really good. I don't think I've actually tried Mixer 79. I've heard so much about it that I've just kind of not brought myself to do it. I've had it and I've given it away. I've had a whole, I think a 7-ounce tin of it a while back and I gave it away. I'm trying to remember who I gave it to. I might have given it to Tree, I'm not sure. Black licorice. You want to send me some OGS? That would be cool. Wouldn't say no. Can't get it here in the UK, and I'm not buying overseas stuff as much as I used to. It's a lot of hassle. Well, the risk of it getting sort of pinched on the way or taxed on the way, and the shipping costs a lot of money, and you know, I've spent so much on shipping in the last couple of years, it's just not real. Stuff that I've sent around the world is just cost an absolute fortune, and that's why the pipes that I've been selling, I've had to charge an international fee because it's just too much. Can't afford it. It's crazy. It really is crazy, and God knows what's going to happen after Brexit at the end of the month. I don't know what deal they've got, if there's going to be any customs union or no customs union. Not hearing anything really in terms of what deal is going on. I want to do this pipe again as well. I want to tighten up the shaping on it. So it's got some lovely grain. This is the pipe I'm in the middle of at the moment with some OGS. I quite like this position of the camera. Maybe at the moment it's on a bit of a wobbly, it's one of these flexible arms. Maybe I'll rig something up so that it's a little bit more steady. And because I've rigged up a new light, it's also really nice and bright, so you can see what's going on. And it also gives you an excellent angle on the lathe. So when I'm doing videos of pipe carving, it's really good. Because in the past I've got a tripod, which is a big old thing. This is a full-scale tripod with a video head on it, a panning head. And each time I've got to reposition it so you guys can see what I'm doing. But like this, it's not in my way, it's on the other side of the lathe. You guys can see what I'm doing. Cheers Alex, thanks very much for joining. Condor, I've never really gotten into Condor. Hi NC Piper. Condor, isn't it, it's got a bit of lakeland in that, hasn't it? Hey Walter, how you doing? I'm just chilling out on my lathe here. Elbow shot for curmudgeon. I'm enjoying some Warwick Golden slashed in my pipe, my part. Have you smoked the pipe yet? Hey Pipe Ian, how you doing? That would be my pleasure, NC Piper. Yeah, I didn't know I was on either tonight, Ian. I just came on just to ask people their opinion about whether to rusticate this pipe or not. Originally it was going to be a lump of coal type of pipe, but the grain that it's showing is potentially very, very good. So I think ultimately I'm just going to have to take these corners off and see how it looks, and if the rest of the grain is great, I'm going to have to go smooth, I think. It's really funny about, you know, you get this block actually came as a, you know, there's one of the guys that I buy blocks from, he does sort of a lucky dip kind of deal where you could buy 10 blocks for about $60 and you get a mix of large, small, plateau, non-plateau. It's a whole jumble of stuff and you don't know what you're going to get. And this one was literally actually came in this box here. So it was this kind of thing, so really sort of bashed up blocks. I also bought a bunch of mortar, but that was not in the jumbo box, that was a proper purchase. I bought a few blocks of mortar. And I really liked the way the last mortar pipe came out. Yeah, so it's really like that's only going to make a small pipe. Yeah, I'm really happy with the camera angle as well. It gives you guys a good view of it, and I can see what you guys can see, and it allows me to adjust things as and when I need to. Whereas on the other side, I always had to go around the back of the camera to see what you guys were seeing. So, and there's very little adjustment I have to do here because you're not in my way. Camera's not in my way, and you can see I'm not in your way. So a lot of times I have my elbow in the way and that kind of thing. So like this, you can see everything. So it's 1 AM at the moment, and as I said, I came back off an engagement party, and I just really felt the need to come into the workshop. Really and truly, I should have gone up to my office, uploaded the pictures onto my computer and gone to bed. But there's this distinct pull from my workshop, and it just pulls me in. Just when you think you got out, and they pull you back in. A very bad impression. Well, that would be cool, Wildcat. I look forward to that. Hey, Redcoat. Yeah, we are working late. Just come back off an engagement party, and I just felt the need to come in here and just get on the lathe. So there we go. You said it. It's funny, you know, I can come home off a day's work, and by 6, 7 o'clock I'm just zonked, I'm done. And if I sit on the couch or something like that, I could fall asleep, no problem. Come 10 PM, zing! I wake up, and that's it, my day starts again. If I go to sleep at 10 o'clock, by 1 o'clock I'm done, I'm up. I just have to, each time, I've just got to get past that 7, 8 o'clock bit, and then I'm awake again. Anyway, I spent quite a bit of time cleaning up the garage today. It was in an atrocious condition. You can actually see the wood, which I haven't seen for quite some time. It's always been covered in shavings. And no matter how many times you clean it, it's after each pipe it's covered again almost. But actually, I can say, which I'm very, very pleased about, hopefully it'll work out well. I've got to find somewhere to install it. But I've now ordered a professional chip and dust extractor from Axminster Tools. So I should get that in the next day or two. So at least, hopefully, I'll have to rig up some kind of hood over here with a hose on the end of it to grab all the chips, the chippings. And hopefully that will help to keep things tidy. I'll be breathing in less dust, and hopefully, and I'll be able to rig up something next to my sanding thing as well. So hopefully that'll be good. Sleeping pills? No, I don't take sleeping pills. I try to stay off any pills that if I can help it. Well, this is Axminster. My bandsaw is Axminster. My bench grinder is Axminster. My extractor will be Axminster when I get it. The vast majority of my supplies I get from Axminster. funny, you do a bit of research online, you find so many different companies supplying stuff. I remember when I first started carving pipes, I used to see, when I went to Mike Billington at Blake Marbrize, and I saw him using all the different kind of what do you call them? These things, the polish. What's the word? Not composite. The compound, the polishing compound. Anyway, I went online and I found another company. I want to try this stuff out. This stuff is supposed to be designed specifically for plastic. It's 2 levels, so hopefully this will be ideal for the stems to give a really high sheen, high polish. And this is supposed to be some awesome stuff. This is a blue polish, the polishing compound, and it's supposed to be one of the best. It's made in Sweden. Never ever tried it before, so I'm looking forward to trying this out. Places like Axminster, they've really only got these like small bars like that, and that's the carnauba wax. But you need big bars like this when you're doing as much as I am. Chainsaw carving. I've never seen that. Political news puts you to sleep. Well, at least it gives you food for thought for the next day or for your next video. Alright guys, I'm going to start, I'm going to take the corners off this and we'll see from there. So I'm going to wish you all a very good night. Thanks for joining and thanks for helping me with my decisions here. I'm not from Texas. No, I'm not from Texas. I use ZQL for a great night's rest. Okay. It's 23 degrees Fahrenheit here, -5. Cold, cold, cold. I just got home from work and it's ready to sleep. Yeah, good for you. Sleep well, old boy. Alright everybody, thanks very much. I'll catch you on the next one.